I have a basil leaf here, and when you tear it, the aroma of this is just so amazing. And yeah, you can do that. And so while I'm waiting for you, waiting for me, I nibble on stuff. And today I decided to nibble on some basil, and there are all kinds of basils. Well, today we're going to do an extravaganza here on Mark Allen Cooks Your Dinner. We have a special guest, Marsha Steed from Your Lifestyle Ambition. She's going to be telling us about eggs. We have a special egg. It's my favorite egg, and we'll talk about that in just a couple of moments. Thank you for joining us. This is Mark Allen Cooks Your Dinner, and we're live right here on Facebook and other places throughout the world. We are going to do an extravaganza today. Well, an egg extravaganza. If you're watching, we're going to be making an omelet. We're going to make an Italian inspired omelet. And when I put up the recipe for the omelet, I'll also be putting up Mark's marinara sauce recipe. I made that today in about 15 to 20 minutes. It's really good. It came out so good. As I always say, I do like my own cooking. We have a friend who's joining us right now. We're going to find out about eggs, and we're going to bring Marsha in right now and say hello to Marsha Steed, who is.
Everyone.
Hi, how are you, Marsha?
Hi, how are you, Mark?
I'm great. Now we're going to be talking about eggs, and we're going to get going. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the eggs here, and then I'm going to ask you to give us some um, nutritional background. And I should say that you're a health hunter, if you will. Would that be a good description?
Very, very close to Health Explorer, a health lifestyle brand.
Right. So, and if you want, you can visit her brand new website, and you can also take a look at some of the videos that she does on Instagram. Tom Martin says, "I'm a good egg." Thank you, Tom. I can, and this will be an extended conversation. Okay. Let me tell you about the eggs that we're going to be using today. We're using Vital Farms eggs. This is a great company. I don't know much about them except I've been buying their eggs for a couple of years now. They're about $5, maybe $6 a dozen. They're brown eggs. These are um,
Free range.
they're free range. It's not even free range. I mean, they're like wild chickens. Um, and the yolks, as you're going to see, are really terrific. And I believe because they are organic, they have more nutrition than regular eggs. I'm going to break it. Let me break this one open and take a look at the color of that. It's, I mean, most eggs today are a pale yellow. Marsha, are eggs good for us?
Oh my gosh, they're so unbelievably good. It's kind of like what little nutrition and one little, egg is you get the vitamin B2s, the 12s. It's certainly low cal if you're counting calories. I think one egg has 70 calories, but more importantly, it's great for your heart health and has all kinds of things that really simply you can't get anywhere else. And the eggs you've got is just, extremely organic, healthy food,
Right.
and it's a great way to start the day.
And I should say that Vital Farms has not paid me anything. I wish they had, but they have not. I'm putting 4 eggs in. I'm making an omelet today, and it'll be for 2 people. Carol and I eat whatever we make on our show. And as I said, this is going to be an inspired, Italian inspired meal for us. Now, I just picked up a bottle of wine. And I know you're not having wine tonight, Marsha. I'm going to pour a glass for me and a glass for Carol. If you're watching right now, I encourage you to follow us. That way you'll get all the latest data when we're doing a show, what's coming up. It's really um, a great way of following us, and you can do that right here on Facebook. You can also do that um, on YouTube and some of the other places we're on, Twitter as well. Okay, we're going to click glasses. I'm drinking a Rain Cloud red wine. Now, the reason I opened this particular bottle is I put it into the marinara, just a splash to give it a little bit of oomph.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it's not bad, Carol.
No.
And it's less than $7.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Now, this is obviously a blend. It's a red wine, and I don't know what grapes are in here. It doesn't say. Other than there's some really nice fruit, blackberry, in there that I like. All right, I'm gonna mix these up, okay? And do you eat a lot of eggs, Marsha?
You know what? I do. There's this old feeling that you're hearing from whatever the doctors that you shouldn't be eating too much egg, but really, you certainly can eat an egg or two a day. And
Yeah.
that's going to give you the, nutrition of the B12 that you need and some other things. So I would not be concerned about eating too many eggs as long as they're organic.
Now I'm putting in some milk, just a little bit of milk, and that adds some um, fluffiness, if you will, to this. And I'm going to leave this here. Marsha, you and I are going to go for a walk right behind me.
Let's do.
Okay, let's go. We're going to turn on the heat here. And I'm using Mazzetta um, sun ripened dried tomatoes and olive oil. And I picked this particular brand for a reason. They don't have sulfur. A lot of products like apricots and tomatoes have sulfur dioxide to keep the color. This does not. All right, I'm going to move that around. And I'm also going to use a splash of just a more olive oil. And once that gets up to heat, I'm going to add a lot of ingredients because I like a stuffed omelet. Did I mention Jovial? Did I talk about Jovial, you guys?
No.
I made a marinara earlier. I think I said that in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And I used a new brand, to me anyway. Jovial is a product from Italy. It's non-GMO, good stuff, right, Marsha?
Definitely.
There's no salt or sugar added, and there's no preservatives. And this, listen to this, it's dedicated production. So there's no milk, eggs, peanuts, shells, tree nuts, shellfish, fish, soy, or wheat when they manufacture this. And it's a woman's owned company. So I'm going to reach out to the people at Jovial. This is
Where
really.
did you get that? Where did
I
you
got this at Whole Foods.
Okay,
And
so Whole Foods
it
again.
was on sale, and I think I paid around $4. I didn't want to get a big bottle or a can of crushed tomatoes.
Yeah.
Because it's only the two of us. All right, let's go back here. We're going to add some garlic.
How much garlic are you adding, Mark?
I'm adding about 3 cloves of garlic. And I'm going to lower that heat just a little bit. And I've got a half a sweet onion. I love sweet onions. You can't really eat them like an apple. but they taste, to me, they taste better than a regular um, yellow onion or white onion. They're not as sharp, and they have a really nice flavor. Okay.
It's smelling
Um,
good all the way from here.
yeah. Oh, you can't
It's
believe what's
fabulous.
going on here. Um, we're going to let that saute just a little bit. I read an interesting article about eggs, Marsha, and if you're healthy and don't have any cardiovascular issues, you can eat 12 eggs a week.
I know. That was sort of like, a little bit not the case, but absolutely, you can do 12. And as long as you're cooking in, I think, really good oil or even butter, it's really healthy. I don't think you can get anything better in the morning than
And
something
it's
like that.
inexpensive, which is good. All right, let's take a look. Our onions are now almost translucent. The garlic is. I'm going to put in our mushrooms. Now this is 4 mushrooms, and probably I am going to need to put in a little bit more oil to cook these. I'm going to use the oil from the sun-dried tomatoes again. And then I'll put a splash. And because this is an omelet, you can put whatever you want in it. Um,
I like what you're doing. The mushrooms are a power food, and what kind of mushrooms you're adding, but just adding mushrooms to that in the morning is really gonna, start your day off. These mushrooms are so powerful.
yes.
You can't get any more healthy than adding some mushrooms and, like you said, the garlic. But those mushrooms, I think, really add to, getting your day off.
Well, I often will saute mushrooms in olive oil, um, little garlic, and add some Spanish wine, a Bristol cream, and cream sherry, and it is a one. I could put it on bread and just eat it. And it's nutritious. It's very good for you. And of course, if you're cooking, um, the the um, the alcohol goes away. It evaporates. Tom Martin is saying Chateau Humpty Dumpty. Yes, you've been to my house, Tom. Are you suggesting that my house is a dump? Hmm. And
I think so.
Servette says organic exactly. Did I get that right, Carol? Oh, yes. Yeah, you can add this. See what she says? Yes, organic. Exactly. And we want organic as much as we can, okay? All right. Let me stir this up a little bit. Now, as I said, I add a lot of different things. We still need it to cook down just a little bit. And try not to buy a cheap olive oil. I mean, it can be inexpensive, but don't make it cheap because you want something that has a lot of health value in it. And some of the you want a, um, a first pressed, a cold pressed olive oil. This one that we're using today is Frankie's 457. It's from Brooklyn, and it's organic extra virgin. So it's really, really nice. Okay. Okay. We're we're getting down to the wire. I'm going to start adding some other things. I've chopped up some artichoke hearts. These are non-marinated artichoke hearts.
Boy, that is really looking
Oh,
so delicious.
artichokes are really good for you. There's a lot of health benefits. You can do research on that. I should have asked you to do that.
Well, the other thing that you can add to omelets, and I started doing this early, is spinach, tomatoes, pine nuts, things like that that you
Sure.
can't really always get, but you're getting them in eggs versus just waiting for a salad. So start your
I,
day off with some vegetables in your omelets, and that is going to be,
I just put
really
in
good.
some Jeff's Garden capers, and now I'm going to put in some Mazzetta sun-dried tomatoes. Now,
That is unbelievable.
for
Look
the
at that
most part,
color.
you want to put in dry ingredients. The the sun-dried tomatoes don't necessarily have to be really dry. I just took them out of the jar as you saw. I'm going to put a couple more in. I have one more ingredient before we do the eggs. Okay. I chopped up one of my favorite things in the world. I've never met an olive that I didn't like. So I've got Kalamata and green olives. These are Greek olives. I got this at the Whole Foods Mediterranean bar. I'm sorry? Oh, let me come over and read. It looks delish so far. Wait, Jennifer, you ain't seen nothing yet, okay? Um, your lifestyle ambition, what is that all about?
Well, Mark, it's really something that started about a year and a half ago, and it's really focused on healthy living, healthy lifestyle, and yes, reverse aging. It is possible. And we all know that food is medicine, but it's really important about how much you're eating and what the
Ah,
quality of the food is. So what do we have here? You can beat
can
an
you
egg,
read
but you
that?
can't
Because
beat
I'm too
Mark
embarrassed.
Allen cooking show. Oh, he's got a tagline for you right there, Mark.
He does. You
That's your
can beat an
tagline.
egg, but you can't beat Mark Allen's cooking show. Oh, well, thank you.
I like that. Yeah, so basically, I'm focusing on healthy products, specifically even skincare products that are healthy not only for yourself, your children, your babies, but the environment. So if it's good for the human, it's really good for the environment. So really focusing on, the lifestyle brand of healthy living and clean aging.
Now, I just put in some fennel seed.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh.
fennel. I love it fresh and I love it dried. I like fennel in almost any way. We'll bake it and and eat it on bread. It's delicious and it's good for you. Fennel has a licoricey flavor, and a lot of Italian dishes have fennel in it. Okay, we are just about ready to put the and look at the color, folks, of this. I'm looking back here. Look at the color of that. It's phenomenal. Now, this is not going to be your traditional omelet that's beautiful and folded like you'd get at an IHOP. Um, it's just not. However, this is much healthier, in my opinion. Not to criticize uh, IHOP. It's very simple to do. In just a couple moments, this is going to solidify. We'll see if I can fold it or not. Now, over here on the other side of the stove, and I don't have a camera on it, I'm going to turn on low my marinara.
Mm.
And
Mark, what's really good about omelets, you can just look what's in your refrigerator. You could have them early in the morning, but it's great to have them for dinner. How you're preparing it is such a easy way to do it, and you're not eating things like, well, what do I do tonight? You have it there. You can create your own omelets, your own, healthy style of dinner.
so this is going really well. Can you see it's cooking up? I guess you can't yet.
No, oh, there we can. It looks fabulous. I can see that the olives are poking out and those mushrooms look really great.
Oh, I'm just going to turn it over like this. As I said, this is not pretty. Now, if it is pretty, actually, to me anyway. It's not going to be, folded and neat, but it has a lot of nutrients and a lot of value and a lot of taste, lots and lots of taste. Um, if you're a vegan or you can't eat
Mm-hmm.
eggs, there are egg substitutes that you can get, and it'll work just as well. Egg beaters, I think, are one of them. You can just take the white of the yolk of the egg, and I was expecting somebody to say the yolk's on me. Ha 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 ha.
Well, Mark, it is really true about B12 and vegans. There are substitutes for eggs because not people are not eating eggs as a vegan. So that's a challenge for them to find out where else do I get it.
Right, and the
The
nutrients
important
from
point.
the egg. Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Tom Martin has asked me not to knock IHOP because it's a low end United Nations. Okay, yes,
Oh
it
my.
is. They have a lot of things. All right. Before I go back there, to you, Marsha,
To
and
you, Mark, with my nice canned water, do better. I love this water, pH water,
yeah,
which is great to have as well.
you can find out more about that at yourlifestyleambition.com.
Mm. Absolutely. Water
Got
is
it.
key to health, and pH is really important as well.
Howard Sandler said it. Howard said the yoke's on me. Thank you, Howard.
Oh, good.
Howard has known me for so long, he really knows that the yoke is on me. Okay, here
I
we
think
go.
they know you, Mark. I do.
Yes, all right. Oh, I'm looking to see if I've left anything out.
No, what temperature do you have that at? Medium? What are you cooking that as? It seems like it's taking a little bit long to kind of cook.
I'm sorry, I did not.
What's the temperature? What kind of level of temperature?
Um,
It seems.
this is on medium heat. Anything more than that, I think, would be too much. And it's almost like scrambled eggs with a lot of stuff in it. And I'm going to let it cook for another minute or so.
Yeah, you
There.
could have added
Now,
some spinach to that, give it a little bit more of a green pop as well. Just a little green.
yeah. Oh, well, we've got some fresh basil to go on top.
There we go. It's to
And
come.
when the next thing I'm going to do, and people do this differently, and I like it this way. Um, I'm going to put some uh, Parmesan Reggiano cheese as well
Mm,
as
mm.
some um, Pecorino Romano. Now that's a sharper cheese. That's this one, and this is from Whole Foods. I have some cheese here, and this is a standard in the house, um, and it's from Trader Joe's.
Mm.
Uh, they're both really good. They're not expensive. This will last me weeks. Um, but I put it into the egg before I put the sauce on. So I'm going to do that now. This is shaved rather than the grated,
Beautiful.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put a little bit more cheese on here. This is the Parmesan. Okay.
Well, that really does look great, Mark. And
You,
I think you're going to turn into, sort of your own expert egg maker. I mean, this is like something I've never seen before.
this is, I make this probably once or twice a month for myself. And then Carol will smell it and I'll make her some too. So I'm going to flip this, flip that. If you're watching, we'd really appreciate you following us. You get all kinds of new, you get notices on when we're on the air. You'll get a little heads up on what we're cooking that week. Um, I'm clearly an expert, according to Tom. Okay.
You're the expert, that's for sure.
Okay. We're going to do one more thing here. I'm going to turn this down. I want to show you, and I think we can. Carol, can we go to the this right here? Yeah, thank you. And look at the color, the red. Oh, and there are chunks of tomato in there. It's so good. All right. I'm going to turn it off.
That looks really dynamic.
It's really good. In a couple of weeks, Gina Ireland is going to be joining us here on the show. Gina is an old friend, and she's going to bring her mother-in-law along, and we're going to cook something. We don't know what, and we're going to do that around Father's Day. Next week, a publisher and book author, Ken Atchifsey, I guess that's in 2 weeks, he'll be joining us. All right, now I'm going to take a spoon. And I don't know if you can see this.
Not yet, Mark, but we can't wait. I think
You
we'll get
can't
an
wait.
overhead shot shortly.
I want you to know that I've turned the cover this way so that I don't have to clean up the counter afterwards. Okay. Let's go over here. What do you think? What do you think, Marsha?
Fabulous. Absolutely, Stephen. It's beautiful. And
I
I love what
normally
you put together with the marinara sauce. I think that is such a unique addition. I would have not thought of anything like that, and that's just packed with powerful nutrition too.
now
What a
while
healthy
that's still
meal. Mark,
hot,
this is wonderful.
I'm gonna tear some fresh basil on top. And now the piece de
That looks good.
resistance, right? Here it goes.
Yeah. Let's see.
Here we go. I really do like my own cooking. I'm sorry.
I knew you
I
were
do.
going to say that, Mark.
Uh, um, I'm sorry. I think I'm going to end the show real quick because this is really good.
Make sure you share.
Carol, you won't like this.
You better take care of Carol. She's
Denise Anderson says it looks amazing. It is, Denise, and this is really inexpensive. Okay,
it's
it
amazingly
really is.
inexpensive
You know,
for a meal, a complete meal.
it'll be for two people, maybe $15. Okay, so it's really good. Thank you very much, Denise, for one more bite. Okay, I'm sorry. I've got to get a mushroom. All right, here's an olive. Honey, are you hungry? You got to answer me because I can't see. All right. Hey, we're out of time. We
Oh
did
my
this
God.
in record time.
Went very fast.
It did. Will you come back again?
Oh, absolutely. And I just really love cooking with you, Mark. I mean, you're always coming up with really creative ideas. And what I like about what you're doing is it's healthy, healthy food, organic, and that's key to everything. So,
You know, I try to keep it healthy, but are you the one who said 80-20? 80%
yeah,
healthy and 20% you can
you can
play.
do 90-10, whatever you want to do, Mark. It's your show.
Well, it's my life, but
It's
you
your
know,
life.
we're sharing this. Listen, be sure to visit Marsha at her website. Um, an excellent guest and show.
YourLifestyleProfession.com.
Thank you, Servette. Bring up Marsha's lower third, please. Thank you. And visit yourlifestyleambition.com. And she does some videos on Instagram, something that we're going to start doing once I figure out Instagram on my phone because I,
Oh,
anyway, there's only so much time to learn in a day. Listen, thank you very much, Marsha. Thank you for
I've loved it,
watching.
Mark. It's been so much fun, and I always love cooking with you.
Well,
Too
I
bad I
love
can't
cooking with you.
taste
We
this.
actually cooked together in Marsha's kitchen in Washington, D.C. a couple of months ago. That was a blast.
That was a lot of people in a small kitchen, as you can see behind. We had like
Oh,
five
yeah, we
people in
had
it.
a, that was, we had, oh, let's see, who was there? We had Karen and Jennifer and Carol, and
Jennifer and yeah,
it
Carol,
was great.
the two of
I
us.
was, I was outnumbered.
It was
Listen,
great
thank you.
fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you. Hold on a second. Hey, thank you very much for watching. Again, we appreciate you watching. And if you'd like more information about us, follow us. Okay? Follow us. I forgot to do one thing. Marsha, bring Marsha back. I forgot one thing. We'll do it real fast. Marsha, what are two things that you believe you have to have in your kitchen? You just have to have in your kitchen. You have a list.
Okay, I have my Vitamix, which is like without this, I don't know how I could live.
Got it.
That's
Vitamix,
key.
okay. I have
Yeah,
one of
and I'm
those.
gonna be, this is gonna go right with your show. You gotta have one of these.
A
Come on
pizza
now.
cutter.
Can't live without this, right?
Right. I don't. I,
Whatever you're cutting, it doesn't have to be pizza, but for your show, it's pizza.
you
There's
wanted.
healthy pizza too.
Yeah. Do you know what my favorite thing in the world is
No, Mark,
in the
what is it?
kitchen? It's a garlic press. My mother-in-law gave this to me years ago, and I can't live without it. I love it. A lot of
Yeah,
chefs don't like that. They chop the garlic, but I press it. I get all the juice out of it, and it is just really. I just love it. I just don't
I
like
agree
cleaning
with
it.
you.
I just
I
don't like
agree. I have
cleaning
a
it.
press and I can't live without mine too. So that's
Yeah.
we're definitely in line there.
We are. All right, Marsha, thank you very much. Thank you for
Thank
watching.
you, Mark.
Thank you.
Carol.
I'm Mark Allen. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate your help. We'll see you next week. We have a special guest. Bye bye for now.